Hi everybody, and welcome to Theoral's Marvel Champions playthrough, where you play the various heroes of Marvel Champions against the various scenarios. Today I thought I'd take Nebula up against Sabretooth, because that's a matchup that, why not? Nebula's fun, and I'm still playing through all of the Mutant Genesis stuff with non-X-Men. So, I included 2 random modular sets. I don't even know what they are. We'll get to discover that together. How much fun. Alright. So I thought Nebula Aggression seemed like it could be fun. One of the cool things with Nebula Aggression is her Cutthroat Ambition card, which gives all of her attacks piercing and overkill. That's really the main card we're looking at here for value. So, what can we do with that? What cards can benefit from having overkill? Well, so one thing that's, of course, always available when we have something like that that's going to happen is we have this cool upgrade called Hone Technique that makes for fun aggression decks. So we'll just throw a Hone Technique in here. Why not? There's a chance it could work. I don't really know. I don't have plans per se, just ideas, I guess. I don't know, something to try, right? Let's see. So with Hone Technique, one of the fun things you can do is just a Hone Technique with some cool attacks, like Clobber's fun, and we could do, what's it called? I can't think of the name of the card. No quarter. We could go for some no quarter stuff. We're not going to have tons of aggression cards because, Nebula cards. I don't love skipping all of Nebula's cards. But it's an option. Let's think. What other options do we have? Well, we can't do Dive Bomb because we don't get Aerial. Dropkick's fun, but that's not really going to work with Hone Technique. It's its own thing. We could go some weapons with Fusillade. We could go Relentless Assault, but that doesn't really gain anything for our gaining of overkill. So I really am leaning towards a no quarter. No quarter. Well, Into the Fray. Into the Fray is great here. Hopefully we got some minions in our side schemes. If we didn't, well, this is gonna just crash and burn. Let's go ahead and throw in a Martial Prowess. Extra resource will do us some good. Follow Through is just an interesting option here. I don't know, why not? It's also mental. Gives us something. Allies. So basic allies. Let's see, we can't take Gamora because she's already spoken for. She's in the deck. So we don't have that as an option. We can take Professor X because he's good and a Confuse will be handy. We have some other Confuses we can get from our cards here, but already having one out is helpful. How about, because going Alter Ego is going to be, she likes going Alter Ego. What am I thinking? I'm thinking Guardians, so those are all like 3 cost. How about, let's just throw in the cool Guardians allies that are fun. So we've got Rocket, we've got Groot. We're not going to do Drax, and obviously we're not going to do Star-Lord, and we're not going to do Gamora, as already mentioned. So there's the 3 of them. We take some aggression allies. There's some fun ones here, potentially, maybe. I don't know. Who do we like? Well, Bug's always an interesting option. And Angela could be good, especially with Into the Fray and desiring to use that for overkill and other stuff. Okay, there we go. That's our 5 allies. Resources. We want some resources. We're going to take Power of Aggression because, yeah, that seems useful. Then we'll go to our basic resources and we'll just run all the basics. Supports. We like supports. CITT is fine. Team building exercise isn't bad. Got a few guardians, but it's not great. Nowhere. Similarly, I mean, draw some cards. Let us have more allies out, but we don't have that many allies, really. The problem is not a ton of stuff here. You know, we'll just go with some basic resource cards. They're good. They're always fine. Do we want any of these cards? I don't think so. I'm not looking at anything here that's like calling out to me as a card that we need to run. Maybe Endurance. She does only have 9 hit points, so Endurance is helpful. Let's grab an Endurance. Question is, do we want to do any of these? So Specialized Training, I think no. Build Support. Superpower Training. So Superpower Training is really just Nebula ship. Well, I guess it's any technique, huh? So Superpower Training isn't terrible. We can use it to get out the ship if we get the chance to. Otherwise, we can use it to get out a technique randomly. At choice, Build Support would just be for a helicarrier. I'm not entirely persuaded that we want side schemes. Oh, do we want our team up guard? Gamora's not the stickiest of allies, but she's not bad. Daughters of Thanos. Do we think we'd be able to trigger Daughters of Thanos? That's kind of the question. It's a good... Well, it's a good team up in the sense of that it's a pretty easily playable team up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Not entirely persuaded. I don't think we want any events. Right, we don't have 14 or more hit points. We don't have X-Men. We could assess the situation. It's not the worst idea. Get some extra cards. We're not going to be a web warrior. We're not doing anything crazy with this deck. So, yeah, the other option would be to throw in some no quarter. This is not super aggression, though. So I don't think no quarter is going to work for us. We could throw in Moment of Triumph. That would let us have some healing off of attacks that do excess damage. Maybe let's throw in a couple copies of Moment of Triumph. We'll see if that can work out for us. Alright. We'll call that our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We'll see how it goes. Why not? Let me know in the comments if you have any ideas for ways to improve this deck. Things that you're like, I don't know how you didn't include that. Like when I built the Thor deck the other day and didn't put any 14 hit point plus cards in it. That was dumb. He definitely likes his 1-cost readies. Another thing I wanted to mention is just for if you have any heroes that you'd like me to play, I'm kind of just picking these at random at this point. If you are like, hey, I'd really like to see X hero with X aspect, let me know in the comments. I would probably just say, that sounds like fun, and go ahead and play it. So, if you have a scenario you want to see somebody play against, let me know. I'm happy to do something like that. Alright, we've got Sabertooth. So Sabertooth has cornered Senator Kelly. We don't like that. We're going to have to take care of the senator. That's all that happens, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, combat ready is pretty handy. here. Into the phrase, obviously garbage. I don't think we're quite ready for Clobber yet, but Martial Prowess wouldn't be bad. Cutthroat Ambition, obviously we love having those, so we'll just discard those 3 cards. They're not useful yet. In hopes that we draw a little bit more build. Oh wow, that's a lot of build. That's more build than we can really handle. On the oh, that's right, we can ignore Crisis, so we can like thwart Duck by Sabertooth. Not that it matters, since it's not a loss condition. We're unlikely to even care. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to combat ready. That's just going to churn our deck and get rid of all the cards that we would like in order to get Unyielding Persistence, which gives us a tough status. Cool. And we have +1 thwart, +1 attack, and stalwart, so we cannot be confused. I'm sorry. Now, we did not play an attack with that. That put it into technique. These words, I know them. All right. Evasive maneuvering is going to be really good. Wide stance is also cool. Cutthroat Ambition is nice if we have damage, but we don't have a damage card, so it's less good at this moment. I could play all 3 of them. Let's see, 1, I draw 2, 1, 1. I could play all 3 of them and draw and save 1 card. But I feel like I would kind of like to get potentially Martial Prowess out, so I'm thinking I'm not going to play all 3. Remove 3 threat from a scheme is fine. I don't know that I'm ready to rescue Kelly yet, especially when I'm going to be tough for the first couple turns. It seems like a much better time for me to take advantage of Sabertooth not attacking him and me not having to defend. So, wide stance on the other hand. Oh, so that's nice because I can choose my encounter card. Evasive maneuvering. So yeah, I'm thinking not Cutthroat Ambition. That's what I'm thinking. So we're going to discard Cutthroat Ambition to play Evasive Maneuvering. Take that as the important one. Here, okay, we got Nebula's ship, which is clearly a preference to play. I'm thinking I'll ditch Martial Prowess and hold on to Groot, because Groot will be really useful once he starts attacking regularly. That's where I'm going to go with that. So we're going to do 2 for Nebula's ship, and then Nebula's ship is going to play wide stance. Alright, now we're going to go hero form, and we'll just go ahead and thwart for 3. Sounds good. 4 cards. Alrighty. 1 threat. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, deal 2 damage to Robert Kelly. And let's make that small enough that we can do that. Alright. So that's that. Then Sabertooth attacks us. That's fine, we're tough. So he hits us for 4, which knocks off our tough status. We do not have Retaliate or anything. He then discards top card of the deck and doesn't heal. Ransacked Armory. Okay, I think that has some minions in it. So I think that means we have at least some minions. Encounter card. It's a jetpack. If you cannot, this card gains surge. Okay. It's under fire. Goody goody. Alright, we've got Animal Ferocity. Sabertooth is Stalwart, which is not happiness. And we can spend energy, mental, and fist to discard it. Otherwise, Adamantium Claws. He has +1 attack and piercing. We can spend energy, mental, and fist to discard that one. Okay. So now, start of my turn. Start of my turn, we resolve the special on each of these. So give Nebula a tough status, discarded. Choose to either stun or confuse an enemy. Now I cannot do that because he is Stalwart. Cannot be confused. He's not a valid target for this effect. That means this effect does not resolve, and we only discard the techniques that are resolved. So it stays in place. We can continue to ignore Crisis. look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, discard 1, put the others back in any order. That would have been nice last turn. Okay, that's fun. Honestly, Madam Hydra is not that bad, is my thought process right now. So, I think we'll take the 1 boot. Nope. It doesn't matter. I just realized that it really doesn't matter. Because after he activates, he discards the top card of the deck and heals. So, yep. I'm not going to get an extra encounter card. So that's that. Wide Stance not as good here. Alrighty, well. I'm okay just hanging on to this for now. It's not the best effect, permanent effect, but it will be able to stun and confuse him at some point. There's no need for me to really find Robert Kelly. I don't care if he schemes. He can scheme this up to 30 threat for all I care. It's not going to do anything bad to me, so I can go Alter Ego. Before I do that, I think we're going to go ahead and... darn. On the one hand, I would love to clear one of these, because I really would like to clear both of them. And clearing them is important. On the other hand, if I clear them, I cannot use my double resource to play one of these 2 cards, which would be super useful to be able to do. That's super annoying. I think we're going to go ahead and... I guess I'll just hang on to both of them. That way I can play whichever one I want. So we just spend those 3. We're going to kill the Adamantium Claws first. Because we're tough. I'm a little bit worried. Let's see. So this will do 2 damage. He'll be at 4. If I don't rescue him the next turn, it'll probably do 3 damage. So then he'll be at 7. That's the point at which things start getting dangerous. So I think that's what we're going to do. Okay. We're going to go Alter Ego. Well, actually, we're going to just rescue him next turn. That tough status is not going to do me any good. I could just stay here for him. Play Cutthroat Ambition. Fine. Okay, we're going to play Cutthroat Ambition. We're going to attack him. Pierces his tough and deals 2 damage. The thing is, like, going Alter Ego... Well, okay, so that means I don't rescue him this turn. He's at 4. I go Alter Ego, he goes to 6. That's a little safer. Right? Yeah. Oh, but I'm going to rescue him next turn. I don't have to. I can just clear the main scheme. Hold on to bug. Ooh, there we go. There we go. Okay, 1 threat, 2 damage. Sabertooth attacks me and heals, and I get a single encounter card. It's Advance. Sabertooth schemes for 2 and heals 2 damage. Alright. That's all fine. Fine and fine. Now, I have a choice. I can rescue Robert Kelly right now. He would only be at 4 hit points. Sorry, I'm not tough anymore. He would be at 4 hit points, or 5 hit points. That means that he's not completely dead. And then I just live with Sabertooth, sure. Alright. Why not? Hey, Robert. How's it going? I rescued you, you filthy human. There we go. After I defend against an attack, I can spend 2 resources to ready my hero. So that's handy. So I'm gonna keep this up here. This advances. I get a face down encounter card. And this has 0 threat. Okay. So interesting options. 1, 2, 3 clears animal ferocity. 1, 2, 3 plays Professor X. That confuses him. Gives me a chump blocker. He can thwart for 3, which is not useful to me at all. I can play Lethal Intent for 1. That also lets me confuse him. It's a lot cheaper than playing Professor X. The thing is, what do I do with the rest of my hand? Oh, sorry, he's back to 50. Because, of course, yes. Interesting thing is I can't play Bug this turn. There's no option that lets me play Bug if I clear Animal Ferocity. I'll clear that stupid card. Do not need him to be stalwart. Nobody ever needs to be stalwart. That's not a necessary mechanic for this game. Just hold on to a double resource. I might be able to use it next turn. Yeah, so I guess we just spend 3. We play Professor X. He's confused. We'll go ahead and punch him for 2. Because there's literally nothing else I can do that's useful. And then we draw 5 cards. Alright, cool. He gets a threat. He attacks me, which is Robert Kelly. Professor X defends. Professor X takes 3 damage. He is defeated. He heals for 1. That's true. I could have made that only heal for 1 last time with the white chance. Anyways, he attacks me anyways again. I get to defend it this time. 4, which is 2 damage. And then he heals for another 1. And then I'm caught off guard. Which I guess will just guard my evasive maneuvering. Well, that's annoying. I was really looking forward to stunning him. That's super annoying. Well, no point in me staying here. Go alter ego. I could combat ready. Let's see. Yeah, I'll probably get my attack finally. I haven't seen that one yet. I think she only has 1 evasive maneuvering. Is that right? Here. What do I have? Weapons Master. Wide Stance, Weapons Master. Those are my cards that I have access to. So I'll get one of those and act on it. Or I just shuffle 2 of them back in. I think I'm just going to shuffle evasive maneuvering And I'm kind of leaning to Cutthroat Ambition, but I could do Unyielding Persistence for another tough status. Tough statuses are not here as good here, although they're still decent. I mean, I still have to defend. I still take damage when I defend, but that's a big deal. Thinking Cutthroat Ambition. So that's what we're doing with that. Shuffle 2 techniques into our deck. And then, with this amazingly good hand, the question is, do I want Gamora or Lethal Intent? Probably Gamora, because I think she's a better body. So we're just going to play a Helicarrier here. Okay. Fun times. Sabretooth is confused. Like a single encounter card. Deal 1 damage to Robert Kelly. He can take 1 damage, that's fine. Admittedly, maybe I should just exhaust rather than let him take a damage. Yeah. I think I'm just going to exhaust. We'll conserve that damage. No reason to let it happen. Okay, so I'm looking at my hand. I'm thinking Power Regression, not super useful here. So we're going to go ahead and play Weapon Master instead, which lets us draw 2 cards, which includes another Weapon Master and a bunch of resources. Honestly, that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, an Avengers Mansion, which will draw us another card. It's Clobber. That'll be a fun card eventually. Alright. So, Angela. Should we find a minion? Hey look, it's an armored guard. That deck is small at this point. That armored guard is tough. 1, 2. Well, no. I guess Angela will ping off his tough status. 1, 2. Oh, shoot. I thought I was going to get to play the Weapons Master also. I did not take into account that Angela gets exhausted. I can take a damage. I don't really care. I still think play Gamora, deal 4 damage to Sabertooth. Get this going. And Gamora can thwart for 2, which is really why I wanted to play her. Alright. That's fine. We hold a Weapons Master. It's not my favorite thing to do. Especially not when I'm reshuffling. But that's okay. I kind of wanted to hold off for Cutthroat Ambition plus any of this stuff. I just drew 4 techniques in one hand. That's pretty terrible. That's okay. Alright, Sabertooth attacks me. I defend. I take 1 damage. That's not how that works. I take 2 damage. He heals for 3, because of course he does. Then we get 2 encounter cards. The first one is Sabertooth attacks me. He has sustained damage, so he does not get +1 attack, but he's still attacking me for 2 plus a boost, which sucks. Angela blocks it. Oh, I also took 1 from this guy. And takes 3 damage. Oh, I also retaliated him. And this guy. Alrighty. I will go to Alter Ego and discard my 1 technique. Thanks, Inferiority Complex. If no technique was discarded this way, it gains Surge. I don't have to, so it didn't actually discard any of my techniques. Fun times. Alright. Avengers Mansion can draw me a card. Nebula's ship is going to play Cutthroat Ambition, which is going to draw me 2 cards. Awesome. I am pretty happy with some of that. So, things I would like to do. I would love to play Into the Fray with Moment of Triumph on this guy to remove 1 threat, deal 4 damage to Sabertooth, and heal 4 damage myself. That seems solid. That requires 1, 2, 3 resources. Okay, 1, 2, 3 resources to do that. That's those 4 cards spoken for. These are 3 cards. That's super unfortunate. I cannot use all of them. I mean, evasive maneuvering is clearly the card I need, because stunning Sabertooth is key to being able to win this fight. Ever. Because he is such a pain. On the other hand, I also need Weapon Master. And I would love to get Endurance out. But still, healing 4 and dealing 4 would be nice. Shame I can't hold Cutthroat Ambition. If there's a way for me to remove threat, oh, that would be a fun deck. Defending protection deck with some hard to ignores, and then you just keep the main scheme clear and never lose your Cutthroat Ambitions. Unfortunately, it would be Justice, and then having Overkill wouldn't be as cool. This game just doesn't like you to have fun. That's life. Alright. Well, I think this is still what I want to do. So, Into the Fray on this guy for 4 overkill. Heals me 4. Deals 4. Because that's just strong. And then, and removes a threat from the main scheme. I'll be fine. Who needs endurance? Play evasive maneuvering, hold on to Weapons Master, so we can hopefully get some damage in sometime soon. Alright, well, if we get another minion, we can kill it. 1 threat. Sabertooth attacks us, because he always does that. We defend it. Oh, Gamora defends it. Gamora deals 2 damage. Gamora takes 5 damage. And Sabertooth heals 1. Single encounter card. It's Legions of Hydra. Which comes with Madam Hydra and 2 extra threat. Alright. Special. Remove 3 threat. Special. Stun this Joker. Alright. Avengers Mansion would like to draw me a card. Weapons Master would like to be a card that I have. I'm going to thwart that side scheme for 2. Then one, 2, 3 plays Rocket. 1 allows me to use Weapon Master to deal 4. And then Rocket can punch her for 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good times. Well done, everybody. Let's keep trying to kill stuff. 1 threat. Sabertooth is stunned. He cannot attack us. A single encounter card. It's gang up. He attacks us anyways, as he does. Well, guess I defend it. If this deck defeats an ally, which it does not, nothing happens. I don't take any damage, actually, because I defended all of it. He takes 1 because I retaliate 1. And he heals 2, because he's a jerk. Killing him with retaliate is kind of nice, actually. Draw a card. Avengers Mansion, your good times. Oh, sorry, before I do that, I deal 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, Rocket pretty easily clears the main scheme for me. Could have just waited for Cutthroat Ambition, I guess. That card's gone. I think I might go Alter Ego here. I think I'm pretty safe in terms of how things are looking right now. I don't think he has extra schemes in his deck. Right, I guess that's an important thing. Pretty sure he only has 2 of his activate cards. Unrelenting Savage, and I've seen both of those, and I saw both advances. It's 9 threat anyways, it's pretty unlikely to go over, even if he does scheme. But if I go Alter Ego, I can play Cutthroat Ambition, which I do need to use anyways. So yeah, we're going to flip to Alter Ego. We're going to play Cutthroat Ambition to draw 2 cards. Okay, that's cool. 1, 2, 3 plays Groot. 2 plays Bug. That's my 3 allies. 2 plays Follow Through, and I can hang on to Lethal Intent, which will let me activate that next turn. And Bug is going to go ahead and ping him for 1. That'll get him to close to kill range. And we'll, yeah. Okay, cool. I'm happy about that. Draw 5 cards. There's Combat Ready. Double Combat Ready. 1 threat. Sabertooth schemes for 4. And heals. Oh. And heals for 2. Then I get the last encounter card. Which is Assault, which surges into Unrelenting Savage. So he schemes for 4 and we lose the game. Ah, man. What are the chances? What are the chances? I mean, they weren't like tiny, but there's 4 cards. 4 in 32. 1 in 8 chance. 1 in 8 chance after that flip. And then he had to get a double boost, which a lot of cards in there are not double boosts. I just thought it would be useful to get some of these cards out, because then I could reasonably, say, block an attack with Groot. And if he happens to only hit for 2, Groot heals it. Even if it's for 5, Groot heals a little bit. Maybe I can farm a minion at some point, because that's the thing this deck could do. Hold on for. But no. No. Solo Advance kills it, because that's what Advance does to this game. Even when the scheme has 9 threat and he only schemes for 2. It's not enough. Alright, well, hope you enjoyed it. It was fun. I still like Gamora well enough. And I'll see you guys next time.